Slack's story starts back in 2009, but it wasn't originally a communication platform. It began as a company called Tiny Speck, founded by Stewart Butterfield, the co-founder of Flickr, and a few of his colleagues. Their initial goal wasn't to revolutionize workplace communication, but to develop an online game called Glitch. However, despite their best efforts, Glitch didn't quite take off, and in 2012, they decided to shut it down. But something interesting came out of the project. While building the game, the Tiny Speck team created an internal tool to help them communicate and collaborate better. It was efficient, searchable, and allowed them to organize their discussions, pretty much the opposite of email chaos. After Glitch folded, they realized that this tool was actually the real gem. By 2013, Stewart and his team decided to pivot and turn this internal tool into a full-blown product. And that's how Slack was born. The name actually stands for Searchable Log of All Conversation and Knowledge, which perfectly describes its core function. It aimed to simplify how teams communicated, using channels, direct messages, and integrated apps to keep everything in one place. Slack officially launched in August 2013, and the response was immediate. People loved it. Within 24 hours of its launch, 8,000 companies had signed up. Within a week, they had 15,000 users. Clearly, they were onto something. Slack quickly gained a reputation as an email killer, providing a much faster, more organized way for teams to chat and collaborate. Fast forward to 2014, and Slack's user base was skyrocketing. By the end of the year, they had 120,000 daily active users, and big-name investors like Google Ventures were pouring in money. By 2015, they hit 1 million users a day. Part of what made Slack so popular was its ability to integrate with other tools people were already using, things like Google Drive, Dropbox, and Trello. And the search feature was a game changer. No more digging through endless email threads. You could find past conversations or shared documents in seconds. Despite Slack's massive success, competition was heating up, especially after Microsoft launched its own team communication tool, Teams, in 2017. Microsoft Teams came bundled with the Office 365 suite, making it a tough competitor. Still, Slack kept innovating and growing. By early 2019, Slack had over 10 million daily active users and was valued at $7.1 billion. In June 2019, Slack went public, but they did things a little differently. Instead of a traditional IPO, they opted for a direct listing, which allowed the company to sell its shares directly to the public without raising new capital. It was a bold move, but Slack was valued at nearly $20 billion when it hit the stock market. Then came the big news in December 2020. Salesforce, one of the largest software companies in the world, announced it would acquire Slack for a massive $27.7 billion. The deal closed in July 2021, making Slack a key part of Salesforce's growing software empire. The vision was clear: combine Salesforce's powerful customer relationship management CRM tools with Slack's seamless communication capabilities. Since then, Slack has only deepened its integrations with Salesforce products, but it's still very much the Slack that people fell in love with: channels, direct messages, and all. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Slack became even more essential as millions of employees shifted to remote work. It was a lifeline for companies needing to keep their teams connected and productive from afar. Today, Slack continues to shape how modern teams communicate and collaborate. Its influence on the workplace is undeniable, and under Salesforce, it's expected to keep growing, especially with the rise of hybrid work models. Slack isn't just a tool anymore, it's become part of the fabric of how people work together, replacing endless email chains with something more human, organized, and dynamic. Have you ever used Slack before? If so, we'd love to hear about your experience. Share your thoughts with us in the comments. We can't wait to hear what you have to say. Thanks for watching this episode of Aeroconic. Until next time.